guys, it's Dutchess. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dutchess. This is my channel, Dutchess Divinity, and we do lots of stuff here, but we're doing daily tarot lately, so we're doing a daily tarot message. Let's address the elephant in the room first. I'm missing a nail. I'm taking them off today, but please don't judge me. I know it's not that good looking. Oh, Cornica just came flying by. My cat is Cornica. And she brought her little, I'll show you guys, you'll love this. This she got from her original owners. It's like her baby, you know when you have like a baby blanket or a stuffy? This is her stuffy. Here you go, Coin. She just came flying by with her caterpillar to go play. So yeah, okay. Let's start picking. I already said a prayer. I already set my intentions. Let me just take a deep breath to recenter myself after Cornica's cray-cray thing. All right. Spirit, let this come from source, please. What messages do myself and those watching need today? Wow. Beautiful. Okay, so today we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, Judgment, Freya, Irresistibility, which is perfect because it's Freya Day, it's Friday. Then we have On Your Knees and Appreciation and Happiness. Okay, and let me get some little charms for us. Charms, please, for today, for those watching. Okay, we have about 100. Just kidding, we have 4. We have a dragon fruit, a helicopter, an elephant, and this little construction thing. Okay. So with the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, and Judgment, I feel like Spirit is saying today you're actually going to have a really good day. So everything that we've been going through over the past week or so, there's been all this heavy energy. We've been moving and doing all this work for our family and for our ancestral lines. We've been being kind to our inner child and taking care of our inner child. We've also been just putting in the work on ourselves and going through and doing shadow work. We've also been, moving through this full moon energy, which wasn't easy. And so I feel like today is about going easy on yourself, being kind to yourself. And also today is about self-care, which is so perfect because the whole nail situation we have going on here. But here with Freya and Irresistibility, today is about focusing on you. We have been so focused outside of ourselves, like I was just saying, on the collective or on breaking certain ancestral curses or moving through certain karma and trauma, that it's like our physical vessel. And they just said you have to ask your inner child today, like instead of doing the heavy work and, moving through all the shadow work with your inner child, you have to ask your inner child today what makes them happy, what would be fun for them, what would be nice and gentle for them, okay? So that would be really helpful today to have a little conversation with yourself. And if you're not comfortable talking to your inner child, ask yourself, ask this version of yourself, because we all get sad, we all get downtrodden, we all get tired, we all get worn out by life, and for me anyway, when I feel that way, it really puts me into this regressive inner child state, and I feel sad and helpless and hopeless like a little kid. And so it's even if you're just in that energy and you don't feel comfortable talking to your inner child, what do you need in that energy? Do you need some mac and cheezels because it's your comfort food? Do you need a nap? Do you need to just take a bath and relax? Do you need to just sit down and watch an episode of your favorite sitcom that's super cheesy, or your favorite trash reality TV show? Today is about not judging what you need, asking yourself what you need, and creating a lightness in your life, because things have been so fucking heavy. Things have been so heavy with the full moon and Pisces season and ending cycles of the astrological year and stepping into the astrological new year. things have been really heavy. And so Spirit's saying today, first of all, with the Ace of Pentacles, it would be so great for you to do something creative that makes you feel accomplished. So if you're like me and you really like to dance, like I always love videoing myself dancing because I like to look back and see my progress, and I feel accomplished when I'm like, wow, that's me. Wow, I just did that. Look at my new skill. Look at my new whatever. And so it's like today is about doing something fun and creative and lighthearted that makes you feel really good about yourself. It makes you feel accomplished. And maybe you think cleaning's fun because we do have this little on your knees card here. So maybe it's like you feel super accomplished when your house is spotless. That's great. Stay in this Friday night. Listen, if I'll tell you anything, I'll tell you, I mean, some of you, it might be good to go out, but just make sure that, because we've talked so much about like spiritual attack, make sure if you're going out to a place with a bunch of people, like if you're going to a music show or you're going to like a club, I honestly would not suggest going to the clubs. I wouldn't suggest going out dancing unless you're in a really high vibration, because there are so many low vibrational entities that love to hang around places with alcohol, because a lot of low vibrational entities like to spill blood. So you'll notice this now, whenever you go to like a concert, there's always a fight, right? That's because everybody's drunk, and spirits come in through spirits, right? The more spirits you have in your bloodstream, the easier it is for the spirits to possess you. So it's like they lurk around these places where people get super drunk. This can be true of bars as well. If you've ever seen like a bar brawl, it's like insane, right? And it's because it's like these spirits, they wait for that opportunistic moment to hop in people's bodies and spill blood. So I wouldn't suggest going to any crazy bars or clubs or anything like that. I just don't think the energy will benefit you right now with all the spiritual attack. But if you want to go out and see some really nice music, or you want to go out and do something fun with your friends that makes you really happy, that's in a lighthearted energy, I highly suggest that. But make sure that you're protecting yourself. Make sure you're putting on your oils and your potions and your, your amulets, your necklaces, whatever, to protect you while you're out there. Put on your crystals. But here also with the Ace of Pentacles and this beetle right here, this reminds me of Keper Ra. And so Ra, when he goes through the 7 stages of the underworld, it's like he comes out the end different. Like he goes in there, the eagle-headed god, and he comes out Keper Ra, the beetle, the scarab, renewed. He's a completely different person. And so I feel like Spirit's saying like today is the day that we're really starting to like super shed all of that heaviness we've been carrying from this last astrological cycle, and we truly are. Today is the first day you're really going to start coming out feeling renewed, coming out of this dark night of the soul. You're going somewhere really beautiful and sacred here with this the mountains and the garden in the background. And if you've been worried about money, you're going to start to see positive shifts and changes in your financial status. It's not going to be all at once. It's not going to just like suddenly gold bricks are raining from the heaven, but it's like little things here and there that you're going to see. I'll give an example. So I did a house call the other day for this poor girl who's been so sick with like long COVID, and insurance won't pay for any of it because it's quote unquote experimental, which is like so insane, because the reason she got long COVID in the first place was because she was swabbing people against her will and outside of her job description. She's an x-ray tech, but they forced her to swab people, and now she could barely walk for like 2 years. Like she's been going through hell, and no one will help her because it's experimental. Meanwhile, the V and everything else is experimental, but it's all paid for, right? So it's like just crazy that it's like they make this giant mess and then they don't want to clean up this giant mess that they made. And that's in everything that's happened since COVID. In the standards and quality of everything, I feel like, have dropped. People use it as an excuse to give like crap anything. They use it as an excuse to not help people. Like they use it as an excuse to get money. I just think it's this huge mess, and the people who created the mess are refusing to clean it up. So anyway, I did a full healing on her. I was there for like 3 hours. We're talking to the spirits. I got a bunch of messages for her. It was awesome. And she needs these treatments to help her, and they are $55,000 each, and insurance wouldn't cover them. And so she's been like really stressed out creating this GoFundMe. Well, she got news that 4 of the treatments got covered right after our healing. And that's a miracle, man. That's a fucking miracle. This girl's been suffering for 2 years, and then we have a shift like that after the healing, after we connect to source. And so I feel like today, like, I'm sharing that with you because it's like she's been in the underworld and she's starting to get signs of the new life. She's starting to get signs of things being better, right? I also feel like miracles are so possible today. Today is a day where you could experience beautiful karma and miracles. And even if you're not experiencing the thing, I was talking to my cranial sacral therapist yesterday, and she was saying the thing about miracles is they're not always big, and it's important to acknowledge the little miracles. And really powerful signs and synchronicities can absolutely be miracles as well. And so I feel like keep your eyes open for the little miracles today and really enjoy and focus on the little things. We do have 2 little twin babies here as well. And then we have the mother, the father, the baby on Judgment Day. And if you've been really concerned, if you have a twin flame and you've been concerned about the twin relationship, or if you are concerned about like finding your life partner and like having babies and everything like that, Spirit's saying like, today, you're actually going to be transcending that a little bit in your body. So you might have some like aches and pains in your body because it's like transcending this old way of thinking. You can see there's like skeletons here that are being like left behind. And so it's like as we're coming out of that dark night of the soul, you might experience physical ascension symptoms connected to that, like leaving that life behind or leaving those thought processes behind. And they're saying you don't have to worry about anything. You are coming up so magnetic here. And what are you magnetizing to you? The Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, and Judgment. And so Spirit's saying like, it's not about worrying right now. Give us your worries, pour your worries into Yeshua's Sacred Heart. Call upon Archangel Michael here. He came through yesterday, definitely coming through today. And be like so easy on yourself. So like I felt really, really sick yesterday after my cranial sacral because my body was readjusting, and also my head was draining because it was like really, really clogged from all the crying I did. And so I slept in until 11 this morning, and I was not rude to myself because I needed that. So today is about listening to your body, listening to your inner child, asking yourself, what the heck do I need? And then not making it a big deal. So let's say if you're someone like me and like there wasn't always like money growing up for the things that you wanted, and it's like let's say you really you didn't need it, but you really, really, really wanted something, and then it's like you asked your parent for that thing, and then it's like they almost get mad at you because they're like, well, we can't afford that. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what you're doing when it's like you sleep in late and you get mad at yourself for sleeping in late when you were just listening to your body and your heart and letting yourself rest. It's basically saying like, we can't afford to take care of you. We can't afford that time that you spent sleeping. So it's like, it goes back to the inner child thing and like the unhealthy parenting of yourself and like creating unhealthy standards and regulations for yourself, and be really kind to yourself today. It's a day of love. Show yourself love. Also here with the sun, this makes me think of Newt and how she would eat the sun every night, birth it out in the morning. She eats raw. This is all Egyptian mythology, by the way. She eats raw, goes through her system and births it out in the morning, and it's like a new day. I just heard Michael Bublé, I'm feeling good. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good. And so it's like, today is a day where you can feel really good. You're coming out the other end. You're still having ascension symptoms, whether it's mentally, physically, or emotionally, but you're coming out the other end. And the thing is, you have so much help on your side. You have so many spirits working with you. You have so much help here with the Judgment card. It's about having faith in that help and also asking for help. Like, ask your angels for help. They can help you more when you give them consent to help you. And then we have the On Your Knees card, and this card is all about when you're making the best of a humbling circumstance and learning while you're in an uncomfortable position. And I'll read it from the book, but that's essentially what they're saying here. Like, there's so much beauty on the horizon, and we're really, really proud of you. Like, if you can still keep a positive mindset through all this negativity that you've been going through, it's like, going to be even more powerful when you come out the other end, because you're coming out of this really trying and difficult time with gratitude in your heart, which is always going to catapult your blessings even further. And then here with I am appreciation and happiness, the 9 of Pentacles, today you're really going to be feeling independent, self-sufficient, and like into yourself. Like you're going to be like, damn, I'm really cool, or like I'm a really good artist, or I'm a really great person, or I'm a really great friend. Like notice the things about yourself today that you might be sleeping on, that like you like, you know, like, damn, I'm really good at like interior design, whatever it is. It's like today you're going to be really like giving yourself credit and seeing how far you've come, and you're going to be really feeling that. And here with the irresistibility, I'm hearing that song too, You Sexy Thing. I believe in miracles, you sexy thing. Ooh, that's you. You're like looking at yourself in the mirror today. You're like, I believe in miracles, you sexy thing. You yourself are a miracle. That's what today is about. Today is about being kind to yourself, doing the self-care, you know, taking care of your body and your mind and your soul, taking care of your home, focusing on you. Today's about you. Today's about you. We've been on our knees suffering, praying for salvation. Today's about you. Enjoying yourself, have a nice time. And then we also have the dragon fruit. And to me, this is saying for those of you who connect with dragon energy, there are dragons around you with hidden knowledge and information that they're trying to send to you. So go ahead and tap into your dragons today. Also here with the elephant, it just makes me think like the elephant never forgets. And I feel like Spirit just said, but at what cost? So it's like when you're holding on to like pain and sorrow and bad things that people have done to you, it's like important to forgive and not forget. And it's like when you're not forgetting, don't be like angry about the not forgetting, right? So it's like you're not, like for me, for a long time, I had to hate my abusive ex in order to not fall back into the trap. And I've talked about this before. And so it's like, I wouldn't forget all those painful emotions. I was torturing myself over and over again with those painful emotions, basically reprimanding myself into not making the same mistakes. And so today Spirit is saying like, yeah, like don't forget, but you need to forgive. Okay. So working on forgiveness today. And also foundation building within yourself and getting your house clean, clearing stuff out here. And also for some of you, if you have a twin flame or a lover who's like works in construction, that's just their way of saying like, hello. And then here with the helicopter, your spirits are hovering right over you. Okay, I just heard your blessings are hovering right over you too. While you're on your knees, they're just testing you a little further to see how much further. You know what? They're not testing you. Your higher self is testing you. You're testing you. You're testing you. And it's like, okay, they're literally showing me all these like spirits all around you. And like, in like a war movie when they're like, hold, charge. It's like that. They're like the blessings and like the next life phase. It's like hovering right above you, and your spirits are here like hold. And while you're on your knees, you got to trust that like it's all going to happen in perfect timing. They're going to let it all come through when it's supposed to. Also, I'm thinking of Goodfellas. And honestly, I'm an Italian-American family with our own issues. And that movie reminds me a lot of like my growing up and everything. Like, not that it was like that, but you know, there's similarities. And so it's just reiterating, like, you didn't grow up in the easiest family, okay? You've come miles from where you started. Give yourself a break. And also, that's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's intense, though. Trigger warning. There's, like, drugs and mob activity and things like that. So if you watch it, just be aware of that. Okay, so we have On Your Knees. That's this card. I'll put it right in the forefront. On your knees. Your humbling circumstances are giving you a new positive perspective. This could be about money too, for some of you if you've been really struggling with money. Sure, this may hurt a little, but it's worth it in the long run. There is something undeniably humbling about scrubbing the floor. Just ask Cinderella. For a while, she had it all. She had a rich, loving father, a beautiful home, and all the clothes money could buy. Then Dad passed, and so did all of her material goods, and a lot of her free time and loving support. Increasingly, she did a lot of singing while scrubbing the floor. She seemed to be able to focus on the moment. That's the message of this card. In the midst of humbling circumstances, that is often when we are really able to see grace. It is a time of feeling humble and perhaps stalled. That's when we can see the in-between places where the real magic lives. Cinderella sang with the birds and mice while doing daily chores. She saw the beauty of nature and music while she was on her knees. The humbling circumstances you are experiencing right now are a gateway to other realms. Your angels suggest you surrender to your new situation and find a new perspective. This is a time and place rich with results, although appearances may seem otherwise. Now is the time to seize the opportunity of being on your knees. Wow. Like if you liked it, comment if you have something to say, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you to my guides, guardians, ancestors, angels, star family, higher self, Yeshua, Baal, Ra, and God Source for allowing me to be the channel through which these messages flow. We thank you for the truth and we thank you for the advice. Amol Ra, Ashe Namaste, by the power of 3, Samote Be, always works, always a blessing. Alright, I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day and take care of yourself and be kind to yourself. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. And I will see you another time. Okay, bye guys. Love you.